This is one of those unique situations where either way you go, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I actually want to know who walks into the dealership, sees the lease disclosure and sees the purchase disclosure and thinks to themselves, I'm going to pick that one. That one seems like a great idea. I've had a little bit too much coffee today, guys. What is happening? Ari here with Boston Automotive Consulting. Here today because Chris Ross asked me to do a video on the C63S and the GLC C63S. However, Chris, you're gonna kill me. I can only focus on the C63S because the GLC, quite frankly, gets me a little bit upset. So either way you go, I really don't know which one actually makes more sense. But I'm going to break it down for you, and by the end of this video, hopefully, you're going to have a clear idea of why neither route will actually make any sense unless you're planning on keeping the car for about 10 years. Let's hop to it. So guys, before I dive right into tonight's video, I wanted to introduce myself. If you're logging onto one of my videos for the very first time, my name is Ari Janesian, and I run a car buying service called Boston Automotive Consulting. We help our clients achieve the very best deals on brand new cars, and the whole goal of this YouTube channel is to give car buyers all the information and negotiation tips that they need so that they can land the very best deal on cars such as the C63 S. So if you haven't already and you enjoy solid how-to videos, especially when it comes to negotiating brand new cars, please consider subscribing. Diving right in, guys. So Chris, guys, the C63 S that I've got picked out is a $90,050 MSRP. This one's a sedan. It's the most typical MSRP that I'm seeing. Quite frankly, if you do a nationwide search, you're going to see that the C63S only really exists in like California, New York, Florida, places where people are flashing around big money. And whoever's flashing around big money, I don't know if they're actually thinking about depreciation or finance charges or any of this stuff when they see either scenario, but I really hope whoever's getting this thing is paying for it in cash and selling it just completely blindfolded, not worrying about what they're selling it for. Markup in a Benz. Any Benz dealer will tell you the markup is about 8%. On a sheet of paper, that's 100% accurate, and they will fight to the death to protect the rest of the money in the back, which typically results to about 3 to 4%, depending on what kind of car it is, how long it's been sitting, and if it's a limited production, like this bad boy we've got on our hands, or if it's a common mainstream model. So 8% off of MSRP is what I want to suggest. Some of you may not actually see 8%, and some of you might be trying to target above 8% if you're in a place like Los Angeles where competition's rampant. Love LA deals and dealers so much. Baruch, how you doing? So 8% off of MSRP gets you to a selling price, a target selling price of $82,846. Mercedes has been offering a 1.9% APR on the C-Class in general, not really publicizing 1.9%, but a little birdie told me that 1.9% is available on the C63S. I want you to pay very close attention to what the finance payment is about to come out to. And I never do this, but keep the finance payment in mind right before I dive into the lease number. Okay? At the 1.9%, just putting just your taxes and registration fees up front here in Massachusetts, we're talking about close to $6,000 in between tax, registration, and documentation fee. So with $6,000 down, financing at 60 months on that 1.9%, we'd be at $1,450. And that's assuming you got the 8% off. Now, if you're planning irresponsibly to lease out the C63S, going after that same 8% off, we're dealing with a 52% residual at 10,000 miles a year and a generously discounted money factor this month of 0.00183. Plugging this all into a lease calculator, and just like before, just putting our first month's payment, taxes, dealer fees, all that stuff due up front, and with close to $3,200 due at start, we're at $1,315 a month. $135 less than if you were to just finance this thing. Tell me it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, and it's the absolutely most miserable lease deal you've ever seen. $1,300 with a discount on a C63, 507 horsepower, complete stupidity on the payment. Just weighing it out here. However, if you're planning on buying this thing straight cash, and I don't know, spending a few years with it, you really love C63Ss, all the power to you. Really want to wish you the best with it. Maybe take it to CarMax, shop around the trade value, see what you get. Anyway, so Chris, guys, I hope this video gave you a sense for what the entry-level AMG leases out for. I'm pretty positive an E63 probably wouldn't lease out for too much more. Don't quote me on it. We'll do another video on the E63 as well, but I'm pretty sure. If you found this information useful and you want to see more of these new car buying negotiation tip type videos, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.